Alright, let's get it. Hey, what's up guys, EvaVarai94 back with another action figure review. Today we are looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Riri Williams Ironheart from the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure wave, also known as the Iron Man Classic comic book wave. So here we got the front of the package, of course, then we got the side art on the side, which is very nice, and on the back side we get the rest of the wave, along with another image of Ironheart there. Got the Build-A-Figure on the other side right here, and the read-up on the back that reads, "A certified super genius, Riri Williams turns a dorm room project into a high-tech, high-flying suit of armor, and becomes a force for good." And don't forget guys to check out the link in the description below where you guys can order yourself a set of Ursa Major Marvel Legends. Alright, so basically at the end of Civil War in the comics, Tony Stark fell into a coma after he had a fight with Captain Marvel, and Riri decided to continue as the hero Iron Man, but as Ironheart. And Tony Stark actually guided her as an AI form of himself. This is why we're kind of getting these AI hologram versions of Tony Stark. Kind of goes as a tease towards the release of this figure. So that was actually kind of nice. So Riri created the iron suit and took up the name Ironheart. And here she is in action figure form. This is the first time we get a Ironheart as a Marvel Legend. Looking very good, double jointed knees and elbows, all new body mold, some nice accessories, and part of a nice wave overall. So let's take a look at what she comes with first, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So first and foremost, we get a fantastic head sculpt for Riri Williams. This is the unhelmet, unmasked version. I love how the hair is sculpted. Love how that came out. It looks really, really good. The face looks really, really good. Paint apps are done well. Check that out. So we get her unmasked and with the mask on, of course. Then, as you see her with a pair of fists on the figure already, she comes with a pair of open hands with some giant peg holes there. That is to apply effects. And these are fixed too. They're not on a hinge. These pegs here for the wrist. So those are fixed. And then here are the very effects that she comes with. They are actually different compared to what we get with Iron Man. So it's nice to see these. These are, I guess, new. I don't think we've gotten these before. So that pegs in very nicely into the hands. And then we get these smoke effects right here. So that's it for Riri's accessories. And then she gets the right leg of Ursa Major. And then in case you're curious, here is how she looks like with those repulsor blast and open hands attached to the figure. So just as you would expect, that looks good. And as I mentioned earlier, the wrist pegs are fixed in that position, so it's always in that blasting pose. And then here is the smoke effects attached, and these just wrap around the wrist, and then you wrap it around the repulsor blast, so it's supposed to give that effect like it's coming out of her armor, of course, or her hands, and it's leaving that smoke trail. So that is how you use that. Or you can probably use it maybe if you want to show her like boosting up, like she's gonna fly up, and that's the smoke trail coming from the hands as she's, as she's flying up. However you may want to use these. Either way, it's a very nice effect to include. So I'm still here playing around with the effects, and you can also use those effects for the feet. Both the repulsor and the smoke effects will work really good for the feet as well. So if you want to get her flying up or just flying normally, you can. It looks good. So here's a close look at the Ironheart helmet and torso. So the armor is actually all molded in red plastic, and then they painted the gold and the other colors like the blue and the black are all painted on a red body mold there. We've seen this done with Iron Man figures plenty of times before. It looks good. I like the red they used. It looks really, really good. There's the abdominal area down to the legs on the side here, and then the back side. Overall, looks really, really good. I really do like that head sculpt as well. And here we have the alternate head on the body itself, and that looks even better once you put it on to the armored body. Check that out. That looks really, really good. So let me know down below how you guys are going to display this figure. I'm definitely going to display with this head sculpt on. Alright, so moving on to the articulation of the figure, we have a ball jointed peg for the head. So the head's going to move up about this far, and then of course you could tilt the torso to have her look up a little bit more. If you pop on the helmet version, it's going to be about the same. There you go. So it's pretty good, and of course if you got her flying, you know, pull back that torso and you can get her flying like that just fine. The head looks down pretty good, and we go left and right. We got some nice head tilts. We got arms going forward and back all the way around, in and out. And we get bicep swivels, double jointed pinless elbows. She pretty much touches her forearm with her bicep. We have a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. We have a diaphragm joint at the torso, so that swivels, that tilts, and goes forward and back pretty good. The legs are going to kick forward all the way, back down, in and out about that far. Thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees that bend pretty well as well. And then we have a hinge at the ankle rocker, and that's it. So first off, for our comparison shots, I'll throw in the only figure I've reviewed so far in this wave, and that is Ultron. You can see how much taller he stands next to Ironheart. Next, here she is next to the 80th anniversary Iron Man classic figure, and these look pretty good together. And then here she is next to the Invincible Iron Man figure from the Black Panther wave, and this looks good because obviously Ironheart and Invincible Iron Man have very similar iron suits in terms of design. You can see there, and Ironheart did have her first appearance in the Invincible Iron Man Volume 2. Then I figured I'd take their helmets off and show you guys how they look without their helmets. And here is the Tony Stark AI figure with the 80th anniversary Tony Stark head on. And then there is the AI head on that body as it's actually meant to be. And then this kind of looks good as a little display since it's AI Tony next to Riri Williams. Alright guys, and that's going to wrap things up on this review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Riri Williams Ironheart figure from the Ursa Major Iron Man comic book wave. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, check out my previous review of Ultron and stay tuned for upcoming reviews of the rest of the wave. Leave a like down below and a comment, let me know your thoughts, and as always, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Take care guys, have a great day, bye.
That's crispy.